So what are you guys up to?
Oh, Houston Motors are hooking us up with a Triton for the weekend.
Hooked you guys up with a Triton?
Yeah.
Keener than me. Where are you taking it?
Bottom of the Mai Valley, going to go to the Maungatapu on the bikes.
Far out. You guys hear about those murders that happened up there ages ago?
Yeah, 4 people got held up and killed, didn't they?
Yeah, transporting gold by horse and cart. They move so slowly, I guess anybody could have ambushed them back in that day.
Yeah, I bet they wish they had a bike.
Well, a car would get there faster.
What, a 2-ton car faster than a 100-kilo bike?
Yeah, there's a road now.
Yeah, but the Maungatapu goes straight to Pelorus. It's faster.
Should we have a race then?
Yeah, send it to the race then. Meet you there.
Well, not right now. What the hell am I going to drive?
Well, there's cars everywhere. What are you talking about?
Well, I can't just steal one.
Well, that's not my problem, that's yours.
See you there.
Mercedes.
Right, service.
I don't think Mercedes will mind if I nick this, do they? It's for an important cause. Kynan and Matt cannot be allowed to win this thing.
A little bit of bloody pep in it, said though. Ow, I smacked my head on the roof.
Even though I was up against Wallace and Gromit.
Oh, seen that?
Seen the Harley go off.
Can't keep pissing off along the mob.
The task set against me would be no small feat, because Kynan was right. They were headed to Pelorus as the crow flies, whereas I was going the long way around. To win, I'd have to almost double their average speed, and whichever way you slice it, I wasn't currently doing that. Honestly, do I have to get every red light in the city? I wonder where they are. They're at a red light too, probably. They weren't.
Send it straight over, Mark. You do it. Oh, I just don't know what to say about this thing.
It's pretty standard, isn't it?
It's like, it's a Triton, it's got an engine, that's about all there is to it.
It's $10,000 cheaper than your bloody competition. But, because there's nothing else to it. Touchscreen.
That's flash.
Climate controlled.
It's also somewhat flash.
Whilst my esteemed colleagues were saying some interesting things about their ute, I was getting to know my acquisition. What I've stolen here is the new Mercedes E-Class Coupe. This model here is the E200, which has a 2-litre 4-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine, putting out around about 200 horsepower and 300 newton meters of torque, which isn't a whole lot, but it's going through a 9-speed automatic gearbox, which means the small amount of power that you do have, you have 100% of the time. It's just put your foot to the floor and leave it there. I was finally on the open road, where I could really cover some ground. And 10 kilometers south of me, the guys had hit gravel, which would slow them right down. Or at least it would, if Matt wasn't driving. Because he has no mechanical sympathy whatsoever. They were miles ahead of me at this point, but thankfully, as they're about to demonstrate, they're also two of the most unorganised dirt bikers in the entire world.
Oh, Granddad's Marimu. Get the...
Oh. I don't do mine too.
Hey, what do you mean?
Grab the Reamer, mate. Grab the Reamer.
Mine first?
Yeah, mate. You're the one that's got those clips on it. Oh, ready? No.
I got it. I haven't got it.
Not the joint. Who tied this on so well? What are you doing? Not paying attention. I was just listening it off for you, mate.
Oh yeah, cheers mate. Yeah.
They'll be on the Maungatapu track now. Absolutely flying.
I'll leave my butt plug in my bike.
Come on. Yes! Come on Matt, get it going. Come on please!
Not a bad car for the job, this. Yeah, it's a bit soft and wallowy, but it's extremely comfortable. Meanwhile, they're going to have their ears bleeding and covered in sweat. I'll be crashing. Some massive accident. Meanwhile, I'm surrounded by leather and suede. I've got 13 high definition speakers around me. And not only that, but I'm being looked after. The car is constantly monitoring me while I'm driving, checking for signs of drowsiness, and if it detects micro sleeps coming, fingers crossed we won't have any of those, it'll give me some sort of massive warning audibly and visibly and tell me to take a rest. How thoughtful is that?
Yeah, go, go, go!
Meanwhile,
Come on, you.
What's wrong with the cable?
You're in second. Come on!
Try. There we are. Useless. I gotta go get my bike.
any normal riders would have been off 5 minutes ago. Luckily for me though, Kynan and Matt are far from normal.
You suck, Matt.
Yes, the Camry's turning. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I was gaining on them fast. Let's put it in Sport Plus mode and show me what you've got.
Yep. There you go.
But not for long, because they were finally underway. And while they were beginning the most crucial stage of their race, I was too. Right, here we are, the Wonga Mowers, a twisty mountain pass. Only a small mountain pass, but it is genuinely one of the greatest driving roads in the world. This is where we're going to see how this girl handles. It's the only place I can truly make up time. It's really quite something the way it hides its immense 2-ton mass. For a not really a sporty car, it's very, very sure-footed around a road like this. It's quite something. Oh, it feels so good. There's just so much grip. I'd had a great run up the pass, but as I crested the top, I finally hit traffic and was slowed right back down to a crawl. Kynan and Matt would have no such troubles on their route. At this point, they were absolutely flying. bad news for me. Granted, I wasn't going to be killed, but they had made up a lot of time, and I was still stuck in traffic. Oh, what a wanker. What was that for? What the hell? Did he just spill a whole heap of shit on the road? What was that? Having ruined my race, motorhome wankers now defecating all over the road. Things weren't perfect in Matt and Kynan's world either.
Too much pace.
Matt had blown his fork seals and they were leaking oil onto his front brake, which, as you might have guessed, wasn't doing it a world of favours.
Another one. Sooner. Not here, man. That's fast. Bit of front brake, mate.
In the Mercedes, I was having no such issues. Okay, zone. Whoa. Anti-lock brakes working well, I can confirm. And on top of that, I was only a couple of kilometres out from the finish line now. But having been hampered by traffic the whole way, I wasn't exactly feeling confident. This traffic has killed me, and my hopes aren't high for this. I think they might have beat me. They certainly won't be having these type of issues wherever they are. I was right. And worse still, they were going faster than ever. We're nearly there. Where are they? Where are they?
Cracker open that!
Go, that's where they're coming out of. I can't see them. They're either here or they're not. Please, 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 please. I'm about to see. Don't see any bikes. Did I win? I won! Oh my god. I got stuck behind so much traffic. Did anything go wrong?
It took like 5 minutes to start my bike. That was
Yeah,
about
that
it.
happened.
How long have you been here?
Close to 10 minutes, I'd say.
That's...
I absolutely smashed you guys, and I got stuck behind so much traffic.
Oh, we didn't get stuck behind, didn't you? Apart from some high somewhere.
I got a pretty good run over the Wongamoas, and I was just boosting.
Yeah. Matt had a couple close calls.
A few skiddies.
Lube your tyre up, they say.
That'd be why the front brake wasn't working very well.
Sketchy doing 140. Oil just pissing all over your tyre.
The tyre ignites.
Yeah. Flames. Leave a flame trail, mate.
Across the road for smoke out.
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to have a look at the spot where they filmed The Hobbit. Just by the way, a scene of The Hobbit was filmed literally right here. Come have a look. So right here is literally where Bilbo and the gang met up with Bard and headed off to Lake Town, This is where they landed after all floating down the river and fighting with orcs and doing all that. It really happened. It was about 1,000 years ago. Just here that happened. As you can see, the place has deteriorated a bit. They built a bridge across it, drawn some cool stuff on it. That's if the gold rush is to break out again, you know what mode of transport you're using. Mercedes E-Class. Now you know, and that Sowman Films is famed for its public information like that, as compared to shows like Fair Go and One News. If you're interested in learning more about either of the vehicles that were used in today's race, just head to houstonmotors.co.nz and you can learn about the Mercedes E-Class, the new Mitsubishi Triton. Unfortunately, you can't learn about the flogged old KTM Freeride and CRF 720X, but
One of a kind, that, huh?
those things, the specs on those things are kept secret for a reason. Not a lot of them are legal. Some of it's alien stuff, direct from Area 51, but we don't like to talk about that. So thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next one.